There are many different ways to record an episode for your podcast, but this is how I do it at the Arts North Podcast Studio. We have our Zoom L8 live track where we run our microphones through. The microphones go through here. We don't do a lot of mixing here. We'll do all the editing in Audition. I start by opening Adobe Audition. We use Adobe products here at Arts North, but we also use Audacity and anything that you're familiar with that we'd be able to download and help you record your podcast. Now, if this episode is going to be 2 or more people, I start with a multi-track session. So I will open a new multi-track session, and I will title it Chris, and we're going to save it because I'm doing a Culture Confluence episode. I'm going to save it, make a new folder, save it under Chris, choose that folder, and it'll save there automatically. I wouldn't touch any of these. 44,100 hertz is the standard, and 32 bits is the standard. Now stereo, you can do stereo or mono, that's up to you, but I just leave it on stereo. So you'll see that it gives us a number of different tracks. I'm going to be using 2, and I have 2 different microphones plugged into our board. So with these, I make sure that the recording button is on. Then I want to choose my microphone, and I'll go into mono, and I'll choose this number 1 microphone. So the number 1 microphone plugged into here, which is this microphone here, if you can see it, will record on that channel or on that track. And then this one, when you choose your input, you want to make sure you go to mono again and choose the number 2 microphone. So those microphones are all set up, and that's really all you need to know. So it'll have here, that's your SESX, which is your multi-track file, and then it'll record these on 2 different files once I hit the record button. And that's really all you need to do to start recording in your different tracks. And we can get into editing a little bit later. At the very beginning of your episode, you always want to test your levels. So I ask the guests to go through their mics. Now you can see their individual mics in these meters right here, but I like to do just a little test recording. So we'll start it and we'll go test, and you can see that these levels are not too bad. Some people speak a little lower, some people speak a little higher. That can be fixed in editing or in post, but you also have control over the sound of their mics when you use the gain on our board. Once you've checked everything, all your levels here, and made sure you have the record buttons turned on and your inputs, you just come down to the little red button down here, the record button, and hit that, and you can see right here that I am recording. So this is recording on track 1, and the guest will be recording on track 2. Before getting started, if you open Audition and you notice a little pop-up window that says you may want to check your audio hardware, you go to Edit, down to Preferences. There's a little audio hardware listing right there. You click on that. You want to make sure that your device class is ASIO. That's what your mixing board is. It's a Zoom L8 driver, and then once you have that, you are good to go. If you'd like to learn how to start your own podcast, I'll be holding a workshop here at the Arts North Podcast Studio at Studio 2880 in November. All you got to do is go to studio2880.com for more information, and you can register there.